When the union government and state governments are fighting over implementation of new education policy in schools, many middle-class parents are shifting towards IB schools. In the last 5 years, the number of international schools offering the IB program has grown by 43.8% in India. Experts say this reflects the demand for global standards in school education and the preference of parents for international curricula for their children. Many parents seem to believe IB curriculum fosters critical thinking and also enhance problem-solving skills of their children. They are ready to pay extra for their children to learn from skill-based education. It's not just in Tier 1 cities. Many new IB schools are coming up in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of India. The Federal spoke to Abhishek Pandey, a consultant with the ISC Research, a think tank that tracks the growth of IB schools across the globe. How many cities in India are having these IB schools and how these IB schools are venturing into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of India?
Typically, IB schools are very popular among the parents who can afford this education. To understand the demand for IB school in different cities, even in Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 cities, apart from metro cities, there is long set of IB schools that have opened recently. For example, currently in India, 28% of the total international school market is under IB schools. And we anticipate further expansion as more schools adopt the IB curriculum to meet this demand.
When the federal asked Abhishek how these institutions which are currently having CBSE and ICSE boards are shifting into, rather transforming into IB schools.
Yeah, definitely. There has been a lot of shift among the existing schools, which were earlier CBSE schools. They have opted for international curriculum, and in that, they have even adopted IB curriculum. In terms of number, if I have to say, so in 2020, there were 192 schools that were offering IB across the country in India. But currently, as of date, when I'm talking to you, there are around 276 schools, which shows that there is around 44% increase in last 5 years.
If you are a parent who wants to admit your child into an IB school, this question which we asked Mr. Abhishek would help you. We asked Abhishek to explain how different is this IB curriculum from the regular CBSE and ICSE syllabus.
Right. So there are many brands that have come up in India that have set up their schools in that have set up their curriculum in IB in India. But typically, what we are seeing as a trend recently is that lot of already existing international schools that were offering only Cambridge curriculum as an international curriculum has adopted IB curriculum, and especially the reason behind that is parent want the kid to have a global citizenship, because now we are talking about people moving from India to outside, and they want their kids to be knowing global trends that is happening in their specific domain. And that's why IB curriculum is much popular among these parents who are coming in India and maybe moving out of India for better opportunities.
The next big question that haunts many parents would be about the fee structure of the IB schools. There are cases where many parents take loans and they even pay EMIs to ensure their children study in IB schools. When the federal checked out the basic fee structure in many top IB schools in India, the fee structure varied depending on the class. The annual fee of an ideal IB school ranges from 5 lakh rupees to 9 lakh rupees. While the appeal of IB school is rising, concerns about quality, affordability, and intent are also growing. Not everyone is convinced that the IB boom is in the best interest of students or the education system. Educationists like Nedunchezhiyan see the growth of IB schools in India as an unmindful expansion by investors who are running second-grade universities in foreign countries.
See, always there is people think if I put my child in a very elite school, it's a social status. That is the one thing. And the flip side of it, we don't have a young age population anywhere in the world. The India's median age is 28.4, China 38.4, and worldwide aging population. All these boards, they need to yearn for their own survival. So they try to expand for developing countries so that they can get more number of students, and for the money for that they need to survive in their own country. That is the main reason the mushrooming international schools are coming in across the various boards is coming to India. But the best schools will never come here.
When we asked Nedunchezhiyan how a parent can choose the right IB school for their children, Nedunchezhiyan came up with this answer.
already the well-established schools. If you take, for example, the Koda International School, the fee structure is 18.5 lakhs. And development 1 year, I'm talking about the 11th and 12th standard. And 4 years on other development fees. And it's coming to 25 lakhs. The best international schools in India is Doon Valley School in Dehradun. And similarly in Koda International School. These are all well established, more than 100 years. And they have a very strong alumni connection. They're all in various disciplines. So those people, they are investing on quality faculty. And if you want to really go and compete with the best universities in abroad, especially like Harvard or Cambridge, Oxford, and you need to go for the schools like those schools. And there are secondary universities in those countries also, where they need feed. Okay, even due to shortage of the young age population, everybody is waiting for a country like India, where we have a very strong young population is available.
Nedunchezhiyan argues without a pool of trained teachers, educators, many international schools in India are hiring underqualified staff. Sometimes they prioritize appearance over language and teaching expertise.
So they want to attract only the elitist crowd, and they are all victims. Because these children, if they go to that, first thing is they don't have faculty. For this year, whatever the school, see, I call it as an unmindful expansion of education system in the country. Because there is a sudden spurt of basically children booming up in the country. And we never planned for teacher training institutions. So that's all mostly I call it as upgraded mothers are being put up there with good communication skills. They are becoming a teacher. And they don't have any idea about the education thing, what's happening. Because we don't have whether the Cambridge or whoever is coming, whether they have a training school for the teachers, no. Then how can they, without training, they are coming, means their intention is not education, they want to collect more money. They compromise the quality. Because normally the international schools, they go for a learning outcome. That is not given to orientation to the teachers who are going to teach the subjects in India. Okay, so the people have to pay huge price. Then they'll be at crossroads, and the schools will have a tie-up with the second or third rate universities in those countries, and they get a commission from these people, and they send the children with the loan and EMI, whatever you call it, as all the flexibility. Mainly they're looting the children, and I'm not saying looting the public, okay, the parents, and the victim is the children.